Welcome everybody. Today I'm attempting something a bit different. It's a voice reveal. And also today we're going to take a look at 5 mistakes in the animation of the Dragon Prince. Now, before we start, I want to make clear that this video isn't intended to talk bad about the Dragon Prince or the team behind it in any way. They're doing an amazing job and I'm basically just nitpicking here. But for now, let's get into the first mistake. In Season 1, Episode 2, Viren proposes his plan to switch King Harrow's soul with one of his soldier. But during a speech, for a few seconds, something about him changes. For one, a big tray appears in the background out of nowhere. In addition to that, his eye color changes. In one shot, he has his usual grey eyes, and in the next one, they appear purple, similar to Rayla's. With the next camera perspective change, everything is back to normal again. The official Dragon Prince account actually tweeted about this eye phenomenon in early 2019. Viren was originally supposed to have purple eyes, but after reviewing renders, they seem too similar to Rayla's eye color. To prohibit any misleading theories about Viren and Rayla being related, they changed his eye color to grey, but apparently they missed this one shot. Another little detail in this shot is the color of Viren's lips. There and only this one time, the color is different to the rest of his face. All this leads me to believe that this one shot must have been an earlier render, when the character design wasn't final and somehow it slipped its way through to the final cut. For the second mistake, I'm actually counting multiple smaller but similar mistakes as one. The first time it happens is in Season 1, Episode 1, right before Renan uses his moon opal to hide from the Catolian soldiers. In this view, we can see his bow laying next to him on the tree log he's sitting on. But in the next shot, the bow has disappeared. Even after Soren has given up his search and the disguise is lifted, the bow is nowhere to be seen. The next time this happens is already at the start of the very next episode. We see Renan on a tree branch, talking with Callisto. He has his bow over his shoulder, as usual. But once the camera angle changes, it's gone again. This time though, the bow appears again once Renan leaves the tree. This third mistake is honestly extremely small, so I'm really mostly just nitpicking here. In Season 3, Episode 8, after Callum finds out what happened to Rayla's parents, he shows her drawings of what he saw in his sketchbook. Callum opens a page where he sketched Teodrin and Lane, and we can see part of the left page filled with something that looks a bit like bushes, most likely from Zebea's lair. When the camera zooms out, we can still see the left page, but this time there's a different sketch of a structure somewhere at the Stormspire, not the bushes we could see before. This next mistake is in Episode 2 of Season 3, when Rayla and Callum use a giant helicopter seed to reach the foot of a cliff. The seeds are inspired by the much smaller seeds of maple trees, so to explain, I'll use them as an example. When Rayla tries cutting a seed loose so it can sail down with them, she cuts the stem connecting a pair of seeds. When she succeeds and they start gliding down, only one of the seeds has separated from the other, despite Rayla cutting it off in another place. On to the fifth and last mistake. This is a pretty big one. In Season 1, Episode 7, Rayla is trying to get access to a Sunforged dagger to try and cut off her wrist binding. The binding is cutting off circulation pretty badly at this point, and you can definitely see that. Her whole left hand and arm are pretty blue, but there's where the problem starts. Here we can see the blue color goes up to the crook of her arm. In this shot, there's no sign of any discoloration. Oh, there it is again. Oh, and it's gone again. Still gone. Oh, there it is. I almost thought she was cured. And that's it. If you liked the video, maybe leave a like, and if you didn't like it, you can leave a dislike. And maybe comment down below if this was total cringe and I should never do it again, or if you would like to see something like this in the future again. And of course, subscribe if you enjoyed.